stupid criminals and weird car things. If that's your thing, subscribe and or follow This Is True Really News and exhort your friends, family, and frenemies to do exactly the same. Like, subscribe, and or follow This Is True Really News.
And by the way, you still have time to send emails to tell Scott what art really is, not the drivel he thinks might be art. TiTR at netradio.network. Thank you. Scott. No, wait, I start.
Yeah, you start.
Tone, back to you.
Thank you.
Me.
This is True Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Vercanis. All the news you're about to hear is true.
Really?
As far as you know.
I did that once on the radio. Dumbest thing ever. 2 people laughed. Timothy, of course, there were only 3 listening, so I figured I'd won.
One was you.
And Denny was the sports guy.
Denny, of course.
Yeah. Timothy Wolf of Lake City, Florida, arrived at the Lake City Chrysler Dodge Jeep dealership on September 20th to buy a car. WTL-TV got to do this story. They must. Anyway, he had a bonus with him. He had a trade-in, right? And we know how valuable those are.
Yeah. Push, pull, or drag.
But when employees checked the VIN number, they found it was a car that had been stolen from that dealership just a few days earlier.
I do love this.
Makes you wonder. Police were, oddly enough, called. Wolf admitted to the theft, which he had been captured on a surveillance camera anyway. But, I mean, if you don't have him in the system, how are you going to know? Unless you come back. And you did. You're an idiot. He was charged with grand theft, dealing in stolen property, among a veritable host of other good items. Aloha, oi.
Now, this is one of those great things they tell you about if you're gonna write a book or a movie. You start right in the middle.
Hire a writer?
Well, yeah. But you start right in the middle of the action. You know, there I was, 30,000 feet over the Pacific with just me, my parachute, and a shark knife. And so this story starts out just that way.
Shouldn't you have had a plane?
Well, that's why it was so interesting. 30-year-old Staten Island resident Eugene Gilmore was being pursued. See how I'm doing it? Right in the middle of the action.
Yep.
By police after his girlfriend charged him with assault. When officers attempted to pull him over, he sped away and ended up ramming his Jeep into a parked car because he had his eyes shut.
Well, he's in a hurry.
Instead of giving himself
Jeeps don't always corner the best at ISP.
Instead of giving himself up, he bolted.
Of course.
Now he had no car. What do you do? What do you do? Well, old Eugene went right up to the police station and said, "Somebody stole my ride." Police let him get through the filing process so that in addition to unlawful fleeing of a police officer and leaving the scene of the accident, they could also get him on falsely
filing
reporting
a false report. Yeah.
Them cops, they ain't dumb.
They're always thinking.
Back to you, Gazinski.
See, it's true. We only catch the stupid one. Well, actually, the stupid ones pretty much catch themselves.
Yes.
2 men, Byron, Mississippi, couldn't believe their luck in September when they came across an Acura with keys in the ignition and a free sign posted.
This is not going to end well.
According to, well, duh, not if we're using it. People.com reported they drove the car to a family member's home and started to check it out. Guess where the problem came?
When the police arrived?
When they checked the trunk.
Oh, crap.
Oh, yeah.
Thought of that yet.
34-year-old Anthony McCrillis was there. Well, Anthony wasn't there, but
his body was
there. It had been there at least a day, noted by a county coroner, Ellis Stewart. So it must have been
ripe,
odiferous. The men called.
They didn't notice the stench,
dude.
It's a free car,
exactly, and you're driving. The windows. You're fine. What could go wrong? What could be wrong here?
What could possibly go wrong?
No, men called 911, waited for authorities. The car was registered to McCrillis. His death still a mystery. He had no visible signs of trauma. An autopsy is being performed.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
That's amazing.
But that's a great story for the kids and grandkids later. Let me tell you about the time your uncle and I found this car. It was free.
There's nothing free in this life. There's always a hitch.
Crap, now we got to bury the body.
This is true, really news. Send email to TiTR@netradio.network.